Hey, 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 people. So I'm finally starting to feel just a little bit more human. I went out and bought myself some plants today, and I just went out and got this fabulous hat, and I've just been really trying to, find a little bit of pleasures because I have been sick for 4 weeks. I've been out of work. I went through a breakup. I also, the other day, I had quite the health scare. I was driving my son to school and my blood pressure and heart rate, they're saying it was a anxiety attack. I seriously thought I was dying. I had to have a stranger help me. Heart rate was 178. They took me to the ER. I was monitored, and yeah. So what I'm trying to say is shit got real, and I really had to take a step back and just realize, like, holy cow, Kayla, you've been through a lot and you're doing too much. So I'm not saying this for sympathy. I don't want anybody, I'm good, guys. I promise. That was a bitch, though. I'm not going to lie. But I'm sharing it with you because the universe sat me down, guys. It sat me down because if you're like a go, 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 God, this piece of hair. If you're a go, go, go type of person, such as myself, then and get really stuck in like acts of service, and sometimes you forget about yourself. So if that's you, just trust me when I tell you this ascension is happening. So if you've got lessons to learn and you're trying to, woo or your way around them like I was, yeah, even healers do that shit, guys. I'm here to be very transparent and honest with you. I got to check myself. And this time, life got me. Life got me. I got super stressed out and immune system weakened, stress levels up. And yeah, I learned a lot though. Sometimes in those dark moments, you really see clear. If you're like me, at least, I navigate pretty good through the dark. So, yeah, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot, and let's just say, after the things that I've learned, my journey is starting over, refreshed, just beginning. I have to apply those lessons now. So, if any of you have been going through a really dark time or even like I said before, getting sick, use it to your advantage. Like, use it to your advantage. Take that downtime, do some shadow work. I mean, of course, relax, rest as you can. But, and also I want to touch on the fact that shadow work is not a one and done thing. You know what I mean? If you're doing it right, you're constantly going to do inventory on yourself and really go inward in moments when you're like, what? Why do I feel like poo? You know what I mean? And I just did a collective card pull that I want to share because it's really powerful. Um, so here we have, and I love the artwork on these cards, we have the codes of the seed. We have healing the mother line. This artwork is just so pretty on these. And then we have the grandmothers. That is crazy the way that these cards fell, okay, first of all. And it's crazy, just because of the way that they fell, they all go together perfectly. Oh, I see you, spirit. But it's also crazy because I can apply this to my own personal life and I can also apply it to about, oh, I don't know, a million clients that I've talked to lately. Well, not a million, but a lot. Um, you know, I'm honored. I am for my role as the priestess, the medicine woman, all that stuff. You guys come to me with your deepest, darkest truths, you know what I mean? And some of you, are having a hard time processing them. I mean, what I have noticed in the collective right now and within myself is right now, as we speak, the lessons that you could not avoid any longer are surfacing. And if they haven't yet, they're surely going to soon. Ugh. So I find with me, the things that have pained me the most are coming out now. Ugh. But it's all love. It's all good. Do I handle it the best all the time? Absolutely not. But I make my amends as necessary. So if you show your ass sometimes, make sure you really own it and apologize. Because what I'm finding right now is people are having an abundance of emotions. They don't really know how to feel because a lot of what's coming up is the stuff that they have avoided, self-soothed, maybe developed addictions through. You just can't hide anymore, people. I urge you not to. I urge you not to. There's help out there. Find somebody like you that is in your alignment, that gets you. Lean on those people. Because with this card pull here, is about healing the ancestral patterns. And that shit can get messy, let me tell you what. That lineage work, the bloodline work, it can. Because what our guides want us to do is love. They want us to love. So sometimes you just can't always, of course, if you have to distance yourself, I urge you to. But even if you do distance yourself, I want you to look at mom and dad. I want you to look at their mom and dad. I even want you to look at their mom and dad. And I want you to start getting real about the patterns that you see. And I'll tell you why. Because it's going to protect you, the next generation below you. That's what it's going to do. So, I'm being humble and I'm being honest about it. My family, we have a lot of trauma in it. And at times, I catch myself doing some of the stuff that I hated them doing to me. And spirit, and that's not easy for me to admit, but like part of my role in this is I have to be transparent to help people, and it really sucks. But I love it when I see that it helps somebody. So I get brave and I do it. But it's real easy to get mad at people. What's not easy is to send them love and light and understanding, even when they're hurting you. It's really not. It's not easy to take a step back and value the growth so much that you're willing to do the work to protect the next generation, where you're willing to say, okay, mom and dad aren't a bad person. So, like, what the fuck happened? What do they come from that makes them act like this? Because what these cards here, if you were to go out, buy this deck and read it, what it's talking about, not to mention what Spirit's saying, is it's talking about how we didn't all just get this way nowhere. It's like out of nowhere. Like a defect, usually of character, or a person traumatizing or offending a person, it always comes from somewhere. So if you feel like your parents don't show you enough love or attention, maybe they didn't get enough. Start looking at like what grandma and grandpa were like. Sometimes we want to tend to see them, like I love my grandparents, and sometimes you just want to tend to see them in this light of like just perfection, but that's not true. Grandma and grandpa got their own story, and maybe they put mom and dad through hell, and maybe now mom and dad don't know how to do what you needed or be there. And then maybe like you fucking find out one day that shit, I'm doing the same stuff. Maybe like I'm pushing my own child away when they need me because I'm so overwhelmed. It's powerful stuff, guys. It's powerful stuff. And I know the deeper I work with my ancestors and I start to dig into these lessons, oh my God, is it humbling? It's humbling. I go from being mad to apologetic, mad to apologetic. It's crazy. So I urge you to do that work. I urge you to dive in deep because, like, if not, I'm here to tell you the universe will freaking push you there. It will push you there. It will see to that you live out your purpose. It might make it super, super difficult for you if you don't align with that purpose. Like if you're doing this, but the universe knows that you signed up to do that, well, you might find that your path is like, oh, super bumpy, till you land where it wanted you to go. And then it's all good until it ain't again. I'm just kidding. So I share this stuff with you because these are all personal things that I've went through. I didn't always live in my alignment, and let me tell you what, it feels way better when you are in it. It feels like pure magic. Your human experience changes. So that's kind of what I'm here for. I am deeply, deeply excited to start freaking revving women up and making them feel one with themselves, one with their community, one with the world, and also with their purpose. Really living their passion, really shifting the paradigms because guys, we're going into this new earth. Things aren't going to be the same. This is a time where people realize you are as abundant literally as you allow yourself to be. Not what kind of job you have, not what your hourly rate really is. It's where your mind's at, people. So, if you believe you're abundant and that money flows to you easily and effortlessly, but I mean, you really got to believe it, then guess what? You are. You are. I know that when I get in ruts and super stressed out and start losing my faith in that code, that's when I actually experience money problems. But when I spend money like it's not an issue and I feel it coming to me, feel it is the key word. Feel it. You pull stuff with your energy, guys. When I feel it coming to me, well, then it really does. Yeah, you could be your own biggest energy block. No shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I do it to myself all the time. And now that I understand how this works, it freaking annoys me. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is shifting timelines. Um, the more you heal, the more you will quantum shift, project yourself into a whole nother timeline. So, me personally, lately, I've been pounding at the healing and I have been shifting timelines to the point where my head is spinning. It is spinning. So I feel compelled to share too that if you're doing a lot of the inner work and you're losing a lot of people, you're coming to truths that are super hard, and you find yourself in a place like, oh my God, where am I? What's going on? Well, you just shifted a timeline. My guides had to tell me last night when I was tripping out, like, Kayla, timeline shifting is a beautiful thing, but it's always not as glamorous as Facebook and all these healers make it out to be. If you shift super, super fast, it could almost feel like you could be shell shocked. You could almost be like, oh my God. So they had to tell me last night, take a deep breath. You just shift quite a few. So just breathe, bitch, because like you're gonna catch up. You're gonna your whole adjusting environment and everything. I mean, playing with this quantum energy stuff, it's so magical, but oh my God, it's so crazy to find out that we really can do this stuff. Yeah, it's really crazy to find out that we have never been allowed to know that we are literally pure energetic magic. So, I'm here to set it the fuck off and show you guys. I hope you all have a fabulous day. I am super, super grateful to be back to some sort of health that I can function at. And I love you all. Bye.